Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka the Weather Gamer, bringing you Week 10 of aABL Season 5 Magma Division. Your Chicago Charizards are taking on Zyger Tulip and the New Jersey Sobbles. I do not have his logo, otherwise it'd be up there. So there's a potential that I still make playoffs even after getting body bagged last week. Here's why. So Ant-Man and the Blitz of Berlin lost last week to get me in it. But they were 5-4 plus 4, and I am 4-5 minus 4, so there's 8 differential in a win, and they hold head to head. So I have to have them lose to Shuckle King, and big enough that my differential in a big win would be enough to make me pass them on differential, because head-to-head I lose. I do not own the head-to-head tiebreaker because I lost to Ant-Man earlier this season. Turns out Shuckle King did his job. He 5-0'd Amp. So Amp is 5-5 minus 1. I'm 4-5 minus 4. As long as I 4-0 or better, I make playoffs as the 4th seed, and I will face Ian, who I played back in Week 1, because the rest of the Magma, this conference's playoff bracket has been determined. So I either get one more week and go into playoffs playing Ian, or this is it for me, because I have to 4-0 or better. That's the only way I make it in. So for the last time, potentially, we're rocking out with Z Celesteela, Z Greninja, Whimsicott, Espeon, Seismitoad, Cryogonal, Dusknoir, Mega Mane, Infernape, Hydreigon, Archeops, and finally that Z Victory Bell. Sorry, my dad's dog is going insane and barking. It's whatever. Let me find him here. Zagar is rocking out with Z Heatran, Conkeldurr, Z Flygon, Uxie, Rotom-Mow, Ambipom, Z Wishiwashi, Megagara, Terrakion, Hoopa, Exploud, and Aselgor. This week has been very, very difficult for me to build for. Zygar has one of the worst records in the league, but you can never sleep on that. In theory, I should... Hey, Francis. Hey, child, knock it off. Hey, would you stop? I'm trying to record. In theory, I should win this one. I'm playing an opponent that hasn't won a game this season. Their only win has been forfeit. My team beats their team pretty easily between Whimsicott and Infernape. The two of those mons just go in on this team. Everything should go my way, but I'm very, very nervous that it's not going to. I'm very, very worried that it's not going to. So let's jump over to the team builder here. I'm going to pull that out of the way so I can keep an eye on that. Would you stop, child? Please. Seriously, you're being annoying. First up, we have Mega Mane with T-Bolt, HP Ice, Volt Switch, and Flamethrower. Max Special Attack, enough speed to outrun the Ambipom unless it's Scarfed, as Ambipom is his fastest mon. T-Bolt and Volt Switch, obviously, so I can pivot around. T-Bolt hits a good chunk of his team very, very hard. Get to bed and knock it off. Okay, please. Really apologize about this. My dog is just being a spaz right now. Hidden Power Ice is if he brings Flygon. That's his only Volt Switch immunity, if he's trying to stop me from Volt Switching. So being able to Volt Switch, or Hidden Power Ice and Oko that would be great. We are Lightning Rod pre-Mega. Will be Intimidate post-Mega. Really, there's nothing that Lightning Rod's really going to except Rotom-Mow to stop it from Volt Switching, potentially. That'd be it. Which Flamethrower will take that out, as well as Hidden Power Ice will also do big chunk to that. I think about it, is there a move that I could run instead that would hit Exploud harder? Run T-Wave just to paralyze the Exploud. To toxic the Exploud. Potential. I'm just looking because Exploud. My team does not have a very good Exploud check, and he favors Exploud, so. Good Snarl. Good Snarl on Boom Burster. I'm gonna switch that from Flamethrower to Snarl because export. Would you stop whining? Seriously, child. No calc. Clear. Paste. Import. Main. Mega custom set to Rotom. Mo. Let's pivot. Empower Ice is still a 2-shot versus Exploud. Specs Exploud, Boom Burst. Snarl. 25 to 29, and I would lower his special attack 1 stage. And I Snarl again. 2 stages. Probably actually I just Volt Switch at -1. -1 Boom Burst. Child. Stop. No one's here. Nah, just leave it. Just leave it alone. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it alone. Never mind. Just leave it alone. We are running Scarf Greninja here with U-Turn, Hydro, Ice Beam, and Dark Pulse. A lot of people have been telling me to Spike Stack. I don't really want to Spike Stack. Because he has 3 Levitators in Rotom, in Flygon, in Uxie. I'd rather just run Scarf and do all this. Common theme. 5 out of 6 Mons on this team can pivot. I believe I have 5 out of 6 Mons on this team that can pivot. My goal is to pivot round and round and round and round. Until I chip him down to the point where I can just come in and clean with something. Hydro will take out Heatran. Ice Beam is there for Rotom. Dark Pulse is there for Uxie. I really need something to hit Conk. Problem is he could be Assault Vest Conk. He can't be AV, and it's not possible for him to be AV and Guts. Just leave it alone. Stop messing with the team. Like I said, this has been a rough week. Just stop messing with the team. I'm faster than Ambipom. I get the pivot. We have Rocky Helmet, Stealth Rock, Toxic, Drain Punch, Knockoff, Seismitoad. Don't Toxic the Conkeldurr. For the love of God, do not Toxic the Conkeldurr and be stupid. Rocks are very, very good because of the amount of times I'm going to be pivoting in and out. If I can get Stealth Rocks up on his side and force him to just keep switching in and out. Because if I put up Rocks, the problem is I put up Rocks and then pivot into... I have to pivot. I put up Rocks on his Rotom coming in, and then I have to bring Ape in, and it gets messy. That's the big problem. But if I can get rocks up and chip them down, that'd be great. Toxic. If I can Toxic Rotom and put it on a timer, that would also be really, really good. Toxicing Uxie is very, very good to put that thing on a timer. Exploud on a timer. Just getting some of these threats toxicked. Really, really helpful. Drain Punch to hit the Exploud. If it tries to check in on me, I'll Drain Punch it knockoff to take away items. I really, really need to get rid of the Explouds, either Scarf or Specs. One or the other. As well as knocking off Conkeldurr or Uxie. Obviously needs to get knocked off. I need to remove Uxie. It's a nightmare to have to deal with. If Hydreigon here, I am Life Orb with Draco Meteor Roost, U-Turn, and Earth Power. He has no Fairy type, so I pretty freely drop a Draco whenever I want. Roost to heal that Life Orb damage. A little bit of longevity. U-Turn, obviously, so I can pivot around. And just keep pivoting and pivoting and pivoting. His checks to this have to be either Conk or Terrakion or Uxie with a Fairy move. So, would you stop? Please. You need me to come hold you? Is that the problem? You need me to be picked up? Come here. Come record with me. Come here. Come record with me. Okay? It's fine. Earth Power for the Heatran. As long as it's not ballooned, but the amount of pivoting I'm going to do, I'm going to end up popping that balloon really, really quickly. So, speed stat wise, we are. What are we beating with our speed stat here? I do not remember off the top of my head, but we're basically going to pivot between Main, Gren, Hydreigon. Choice Scarf Infernape gets to pivot as well. And I think Whimsicott's got U-Turn. Yeah, so basically 5 out of 6 get to pivot around. We are U-Turn, CC, Stealth Rock, and Flare Blitz. This thing just U-turns around. Get me into whatever the check needs to be. His check for this is probably Flygon, Uxie is a valid check. Wishy-Washy, Gara are all good checks. Scarf Terrakion, also good check. Which is why we are max speed Jolly. We speed tie max speed Terrakion. But if I can U-turn and get into Seismitoad on the Terrak, I can U-turn and get into Whimsicott on Terrak. If I know he's not Scarfed. Would you... Please, child. Settle the butt down. Relax. 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 CC rips through that Heatran. Flare Blitz does a number to Rotom. Ambipom doesn't want to get CC'd. Like Gara doesn't want to get CC'd. Hoopa doesn't really appreciate Flare Blitz. Misselgor doesn't appreciate Flare Blitz. Exploud does not appreciate a CC. Basically, I need to keep Infernape around to take out Exploud. Would you? Come on now, child. You're being a pain in the butt while I try to record. I am carrying Stealth Rock. It's a backup rocker for Toad. Because this is the case where if Toad comes in, rocks on Rotom coming in, Rotom defogs on Infernape coming in to clear rocks, then I set Stealth Rocks up again with Ape as he pivots into something, or hard switches into something else, and then I have to switch into that check hard. But that would be the best way to keep rocks up on the field as the Rotom comes in and out. And then when I'm in as Toad, I can go double right into Infernape and keep that Rotom from hitting the field to defog. Finally, we have Whimsicott with U-Turn, Moonblast, Giga, and defog of our own. That way, if I don't think he can hazard stack versus... He could spike stack with a Selgor, which I don't really want spikes up. So instead of bringing... Or I'm bringing Whimsy, because Whimsy does rip through this team. I U-turn on the Heatran, switch into Infernape, and then Infernape beats Heatran. Or into Gren. Moonblast rips Conkeldurr, Flygon, Gyarados, Terrakion, all apart. Giga Drain will rip through Wishy-Washy, Mega Gyarados. Very, very well. And then, like I said, Defog. The Prankster Defog, very, very nice. We are about max speed. That way we can outpace Ambipom by 1. So we'll know if it's Scarfed Ambipom if it hits me first, besides a Fake Out. So yeah. That's going to be it. We need a 4-0 or better. And we get to return to playoffs for the first time since WWC Season 1 ended in October. We win 3-0 or less, we're 5-5, and we tie or are lower than AMP, and he goes into playoffs. So, tough week, stressful week. We'll see how it goes. With all that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Check out the links in the description down below, and I'll see you guys later for the match.